I am starting with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum. I am Manik Hussain, Assistant Teacher English, Shoaib Evolution High School, Farasar World, Amre, Dhaka. Dear students, how are you? I believe you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah in this pandemic situation of COVID-19 by abiding by hygiene. Today I will discuss about voice. Voice is a significant part of grammar which is important for the students of class 9 and 10. After completing this lesson, we will learn definition of voice. Definition, types of voice and changing voice. Now we will learn the definition of voice. Can you tell me, any one of you, the definition of voice? Thank you. Now I am clarifying the definition of voice. Voice. Voice is that form of verb which shows whether the subject of verb acts or is acted upon. Voice is that form of verb which shows whether the subject of verb acts or is acted upon. We can say shortly, the system of doing work of subject. The system of doing work of subject is called voice. Do you know how many types of voice? Yes, there are two types of voice. There are two types of voice. Number one, active voice. Number two, passive voice. Now we will learn about active voice. Active voice when the subject of verb acts itself is called active voice. Active voice. For example, we read English. Active voice, when the subject of verb acts itself, is called active voice. For example, we read English. Here, we read English is an active voice. Here, we read English is active voice. Now we will learn about passive voice. Passive voice. When the subject of verb is acted upon, is called passive voice. Called passive voice. When the subject of verb is acted upon, is called passive voice. For example, English is read by us. Here, this sentence is passive voice. Is a passive voice. Now, we will learn some important rules of changing active to passive voice. Let's start. Rules. Number 1. Number 1. The object of active voice, thus object of active voice will be subject in passive voice. Passive voice. Number 2, use auxiliary or helping verb according to tense and person. Then number 3, use past participle form of main verb. Past participle form of Use preposition by. Preposition by. And number 5. Number 5. The subject of passive voice or active voice. Active voice. The subject of passive active voice will be object in passive voice. Passive voice. We learned 5 rules of changing voice active to passive. Number 1, the object of active voice will be subject in passive voice. Number 2, use auxiliary verb or helping verb according to tense and persons. Then use past participle form of main verb. Then use preposition by. And number 5, the subject of active voice will be object. The subject of active voice will be object in passive voice. For example, now we will see some rules, some example. Here I am giving example of active voice to passive voice. For example, active voice. He eats a mango. He eats a mango. Passive. Now we will change into passive voice. According to rules, at first we have to change the object of active voice, subject in passive voice. Here the object is mango. So this object change into subject in passive voice. So a mango. Then we will use auxiliary verb according to tense and person. As the active sentence is in present indefinite tense, so we will use auxiliary verb or helping verb is. Then we will use main verb, the past participle form of main verb. Now we will use the past participle form of main verb. Here main verb is eat. Eat will be changed into past participle form in passive voice. The past participle form of eat is eaten. Eaten. Now we will use preposition by. Now we will use the subject of active voice as object in passive voice. So here he is the subject of active voice. He will be changed into object in passive voice and it will be the object form, not subject form. Here he is pronoun and subject form. This will be changed into object and it is used in object form. He will be changed into him. The sentence is complete. Here, mango is eaten by him. He eats a active voice. Since now we have changed it in passive voice. Mango is eaten by him. Now I am giving another example. I bought a new shirt. Here active voice, I bought a new shirt. Now I will change it in passive voice. According to rules, at first we will change the object of active voice as subject in passive voice. Here object is a new shirt. How can we know the object of the subject? At first we have to question the main verb with what. If I question bought what I bought. What I bought. Answer is a new shirt. So here object is a new shirt. So we will use the new shirt subject in passive voice. A new shirt. A new shirt. Then we will use auxiliary verb. Here the sentence of active voice is in past infinitive. So we will use auxiliary verb was. Then we will use B3 form or past participle form of main verb. That main verb is bought. Then we will use preposition by. Then we will make the subject of active voice object in passive voice. Here subject I is pronoun. Now we will use its object form. Object form is me. A new shirt was bought by me. Have you got this point? Yes. Today I will give you some homework. Make 5 sentences and change it to and sends them in active to passive. Change them active to passive. Passive voice. Active voice to passive voice. Active voice to passive voice. Passive voice. That's all for today. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.